Satnam. I'm Kelly Indra Inselman, founder of Joy Boots for Cancer Survivors. And each Monday I share a practice to help you experience your body as a powerful guide and really reconnect to the pulse of your life. Last week I wrote about how stuffing your feelings can make you sicker. And this week I wanted to give a practice that really supports allowing strong feelings to emerge. So today we're going to do a practice using mantra meditation to allow strong emotions to emerge and be transformed, to stabilize our minds so that when the strong feelings do come up and are felt, we can stay with them until they lose their charge, or until we cry them out for the moment, or until there's some sort of transformation of our experience to make them somehow more bearable. So you're still having the feeling, but you're more able to stay with it instead of trying to push it away and disown it or repress it, or maybe even project it onto somebody else. Let's say if it's anger, sometimes we can either pick a fight or accuse somebody else of being angry when we're the ones that are feeling angry. So what we want to do is come to a place where we can tolerate our own feelings, even if they're strong ones of anger or fear. And then number 3, the purpose of the meditation is to bring ourselves to a state of openness and calmness through the effect that the vibration has on the nervous system, the effect of the vibration and the breath as you're doing the meditation, the effects that these have on your nervous system. It can really create a physiological shift and change. And I'm going to post in the notes of this video about some links to this particular meditation practice. It's one that's been very well researched and studied at UCLA. And there's some wonderful data about how this particular meditation reduces inflammation and improves cognition. So the name of the practice that we're going to do today is called Kirtan Kriya, and it's one of the fundamental practices from Kundalini Yoga. It uses a very simple mantra, and the mantra is Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. And these sounds represent the ideas of birth, life, death, and rebirth. So it's all about the cycle of life. Sa, ta, na, ma. And with each syllable, we're going to alternate touching our fingers to the thumb. So starting with the index finger on both hands, it's sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. And you apply just a little bit of pressure with each pressing. Not a lot, but just so that you feel and make contact with your fingers. This is probably one that's very good for dealing with neuropathy as well, getting the prana flowing in the hands, the life force energy flowing in the hands. So the hands are going to be just placed at the knees while you do this. Sa, ta, na, ma. So come sitting in your comfortable seated position. You can be sitting on a chair. You could even be lying in bed if you're not able to sit up. Or you could sit up on the floor on a little cushion. And the main thing is that you feel comfortable, that you're able to sit with a lengthened spine, shoulders are relaxed, and just take a moment here to close your eyes and to go within. And taking a moment just to notice what it's like to be sitting here at this moment in space and time, listening to the sound of my voice, noticing your experience in a kindly way. And then as you sit here and breathe, you can keep your eyes closed if you like, but I'm just going to explain how we're going to move through the meditation. So we're going to sing together, beginning to sing together out loud. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. And you'll be touching each finger to the thumb with each syllable. So we're going to do that for a while, and then we're going to move to a different voice, and that voice is a whisper. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. And then we're going to move to the voice of silence. So you're going to be thinking to yourself, sa, ta, na, ma, even as you breathe long and deep. And you'll just be thinking this, not saying it out loud. Then we're going to come back to the whisper and back to the out loud voice. And you'll hear me moving between the three voices, and you just follow along with me as we go. And so what happens, since today we're going to be using this practice to allow feelings to emerge, what I want you to do is I'll have you identify a certain feeling right as we begin. But as that feeling comes up, or any other thoughts or feelings come up, what I want you to do is to match the intensity with which you are uttering the mantra to the intensity of the feeling. So for example, last night I had a very common for me experience of starting to feel very agitated about not getting enough sleep and how am I going to get up and have a productive day. And with that comes anxiety, and then comes anger and frustration and a whole lot of other feelings. And so I actually got up and did this meditation because I knew I was going to be recording today. And so what I did was that I used, let's say it's anger, and I'm whispering, and so I would do it like this, sa, ta, na, ma. So I'm really channeling the energy of the mantra and meeting the intensity of that frustration and anger that I have both towards myself and towards other people that I start blaming for my lack of sleep. And so what you're wanting to do is use the mantra to meet the intensity of the feeling. So I hope that's understandable. And you can ask me questions about this and we can keep talking about it, because it's a really wonderful way to be with your feelings and to allow them to transform. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Be seated in your comfortable position. And just take a couple of long, deep breaths here. Relax your face and jaw. And relax your belly. And we'll begin. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Now silently continuing to repeat the sounds as you move the fingers, breathing long and deep, allowing any feeling that you've had going on, either in this practice or from before, as it emerges, meet the intensity of it with the focus, your intense focus with the mantra. So even silently, you're bringing your intense focus, matching the intensity of your focus on the mantra to the intensity of the emotion. Breathing long and deep, allowing any thought or feeling to be present, just noticing it, allowing it, and then meeting the intensity of it with the intensity of your focus on the mantra. Sa, ta, na, ma, the cycle of life. Really committing to acceptance of the cycle of life. Sa, ta, na, ma, 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 sa, ta, na, ma. Now inhale deeply and suspend the breath in, eyes are closed, and release your breath. Eyes continue to be closed and just be the observer of your experience in this moment. Notice what's happening and allow everything to be just as it is. In this moment, everything is already okay. Just being with that. And then when you're ready, let's actually shake out the hands and the arms for a moment. And then bring your hands together at the heart in prayer pose. If you've enjoyed this practice, please go check out my website at www.joybootsforcancersurvivors, and you'll see information about the different classes and groups that I offer, as well as a way to sign up to get a weekly meditation to support you in your recovery and healing. You don't have to go through this alone. Thanks for practicing with me. Sat Nam.